Today's technology will soon deliver medication and food through the sky straight to your door. Kiona Rivera was in Newtown for the project's launch and joins us now. Kiona?
Michael, in March last year, the 3 affiliated tribes secured $2 million in grant funding to launch a drone project to help people get their medication. These drones are the next big step to accessibility. Director of the Smart Grants program, Stad Caldwell, says the key takeaway of the project is to deliver medical supplies to tribes in remote areas.
These types of applications can be helpful in emergency situations, or they can just be helpful in situations where people need day-to-day medical assistance.
It's a no-brainer that medical emergencies should not be taken lightly. Chad Wright, marketing director for NHS College, says this project will not only help the reservation, but other places with severe cold weather.
My son has type 1 diabetes. It's like, what would you do in the middle of a snowstorm and he needed insulin? Just the whole idea that you can use a drone to drop people medications out here on the reservation, it's fantastic.
Research developer for the University of North Dakota, Thomasine Heitkamp, says they hope to get young people interested in becoming drone pilots.
This is the future. This is the future of aerospace. It's the future of development, is young people and their interests.
For many of these kids, it's their first time flying a drone. Student pilot Destiny Carter says she just learned about the UAS drone today.
I thought that it was really cool, and I've never did anything like this before, so kind of getting out of my comfort zone.
If the project continues to exceed expectations, they could secure up to $15 million in funding by next year.
Is there community support? Is this addressing a real-world problem? And are they doing this in a safe and equitable way?
The drones can also be used for monitoring oil spills, address food scarcity, and build the capacity of water resources. In Newtown, I'm Kiona Rivera, reporting for your News Leader. The goal for now is to deliver medical supplies between Twin Buttes and Newtown across the Missouri River. Back to you, Mike.
All right, thank you very much, Kiona.